A very good day to all my listeners all across the globe. Welcome back to my podcast, which is called George Nathaniel. This is George Nathaniel for you. As you'll know, my podcast is available across all platforms, and I even have my blog website, which is called georgenathaniel.net. My podcast is all about sharing experiences, sharing happiness, sharing wellness, and helping each other grow in life. All my podcast is about general topics. All my podcast is about learnings, is about development, and it's about progress. I always come back with very specific topics. I come back with topics that relates to each one of our lives. Topics that reach out, topics that relate to our goals as well. So, what is my topic for today? My topic for today is replant over time and belief. So, when I say replant over time and belief, what I'm exactly saying is to grow over with time. And when we grow over with time and when we grow over with age, we grow over taking more responsibilities. We grow over as a personal self and we grow over successfully in all our aspects of life. So, before I relate to the podcast, let me tell you a common saying and a very important saying that relates to the podcast. It goes like this: learn to footprint as per the platform you set foot on, and take responsibility for the energy you put in that space. So learn to footprint as per the platform you set on and take responsibility for the energy you put in that space means a lot. That's the reason why I have repeated it twice. So when we sit down and listen to it, we will understand that yes, we need to understand the platform we are setting foot on. We need to understand the energy that is required for that platform. And most importantly, we need to take responsibility over a course of action. So coming back to my podcast, which is replant over time and belief, I must tell you that we must be responsible to start and grow over time and understand that over time we need to replant over our lives. Over time we need to replant over our individual attitude, over our responsibilities, and over time we need to give back to life what life has given us. So replant is all about building responsibilities, all about building our individualism, and all about making ourselves count over all our efforts while we spread all the happiness, while we spread all the wellness in life. So like I say, when you relate to your personal goals, your professional goals, you relate to anything in life, what we need to understand is as we grow over from time to time, or as we grow over with time, there are a lot of things that go along and there's a lot of responsibilities that come along. So when we generally look at replant over time and belief, we need to understand there are a few very important aspects that we need to take note of, we need to relate, and we need to work towards. So these aspects, like I am saying, are key pointers in our lives. So I would say number one is our nature. So when I say nature, I would simply say maturity builds nature on responsibility. And a lot can be taken into consideration based on maturity and based on our nature. Number two is growing over or represented. Growing over and represented is very simple. What we say and what we do determines us. So if we commit something, you must go ahead and try and fulfill it. Success and accomplishments. Well, values shown during this moment of growth and progress really says a lot. It says about how we take success and how we take accomplishments. Challenging times. Well, everybody has challenging times. and how we get through this challenging times, or how we overcome it, is very, very important. Helpfulness or ready to assist, approachable or not, what kind of an attitude we have, or what kind of our responsibility we portray to others or portray over our lives. Modeled around life. How we have built our life around happiness, around wellness, and around our contribution in life. Well, there could be many aspects, but there are key aspects in each and every individual lives, and there are key aspects in every specific life. So we need to understand, we need to replant over time and believe in its outcome. It is very important to understand that we need to grow over time and build responsibilities. Understand that what life has given us, we need to give back to life. We need to share as much as happiness and wellness in our life. We need to be a contributor across all platforms in life. So when I talk about replant over time and belief in its outcome, I'm talking about working towards success, growing over success, and sharing success values so that people can also grow. People can also be as successful as you are, or even more successful. It's about helping all across and sharing wellness. I hope you like listening to my podcast, which is very generic, very general, and things that I always say that you need to relate to your own life by making your own notes. I wish you all a wonderful time ahead, and thank you for listening to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel.